What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Batz' debut EP, You Made Me a Star. Batz, the Dallas rapper slash singer, very much in the kind of alternative underground R&B mold of Bryson Tiller and Brent Faiyaz and Black, but very minimalist in his production. Really blew up coming out of nowhere on a mainstream sense last December, where his viral song Act 2 Date at 8 really took off on TikTok or else and was so successful and so viral that it led to the patented Drake remix. And after a large label bidding war, Batz has reportedly signed with OVO Sound, although noticeably this debut EP was released on Gamma Records and is not affiliated with OVO officially. So curious about that piece moving forward. Nonetheless, a lot's been made of Batz' like come up and whether he's a quote industry plan or had some assistance. And I think at the very least his independence may have been, not telling the full story. I think that's kind of a common thing nowadays when it comes to like viral marketing and social marketing and things like that. You can kind of read about how that goes nowadays. Nonetheless, I still would call it a genuine come up, and I think there's nothing really to take away from Batz from getting to this point. At this point in hip hop and hip hop adjacent genres, like R&B, it's hard for new stars to happen. So we shouldn't just immediately shoot down a new star when they arrive. And Batz did this without the Drake feature. Obviously, the Drake feature helps, but he was already popping before that, so we can't give Drake too much credit, nor should we. But now we got this debut EP, and I have to say, I think it's okay. I was not also that blown away by Act Two. Like, I think part of the virality, which was, influencer driven as well, was that people were somehow like taken aback that Batz has this very hard exterior and is making like seemingly drill music videos, but then, oh wait, he's a singer. He has a soft voice. Wow. So mind blowing, as if that hadn't already happened before. Like, he did not do this for the first time or anything. So I was kind of surprised about that reaction. And again, that kind of speaks to people's maybe distrust or questioning of Batz's come up, that he was getting that kind of reaction for doing something that other people had already done as well. Nonetheless, the music itself, it's here. You Made Me a Star. 11 songs, 23 minutes. One of those songs is a remix, but it's not the Data 8 Drake remix, which is not on this EP. It's actually a remix of Act 3 On God featuring Kanye West. Again, speaking to the fact that this is not an official OVO Sound release, you have a Kanye West feature on this EP. That would not happen with OVO, obviously, with how Drake and Kanye are moving these days. Kind of going through the songs here, I think Act 3 On God, the original version without Kanye, I like this song. It kind of noticeably stood out to me for the intonation or the cadence from Batz. Almost gave me Weekend vibes in the very beginning of this song. It was kind of a different tone from the first few songs. And then Kanye remixed, to be honest. I think Kanye actually gave a good verse and fits the song pretty well. I was a bit surprised. Act 4, Fucking You, parentheses 18 plus. I think that's the best beat on the album. It's just definitely fully formed, and it's just a total sex jam, as the song might suggest. I think that one's really good. Song 5, There Goes Another Vase. That was just kind of pure R&B, but I really like the pitch down outro on the song. Again, like shades of like a Brent Faiyaz like trick, Act 7, All We Do Is Argue, Argue. A bit of rapping, a bit of hip hop cadence from Batz there. Noticeably, he was on the XXL Freshman 2024 website as someone you could vote for, and I picked him in my predictions. Check those out if you missed it. Obviously, if you're considering him in the field, you have to pick him. It makes sense. He's not like that much of a rapper though. It's very much R&B leaning, but I'll allow it. I think for me though, like, I just don't know if there's quite enough like substance to this music. It's nothing to do with the lyrical performance or the singing quality. It's just very minimal trap production for the most part, and it just doesn't really wow me. Like, there's not enough like layers and like artistic intent as like someone like Brent, obviously, who's like dominating male R&B. Not that that's a fair standard either, but again, I think it's just the music isn't really matching the hype levels, and whether he gets there or not, we'll see. I think if he does in fact officially sign to OVO and that just like hasn't like logistically happened yet, if he does become an OVO artist, he would without a doubt be the hottest non-Drake artist on OVO right now. But let's give it some time before we see if he has a catalog like a Party Next Door or a Division or even like a Majid Jordan. It's early days, but he's young, coming out of nowhere, seemingly very fast. Gotta hand it to the guy. But let me know, what did you think of Four Bass's debut EP? What was your favorite song? What do you think of his future prospects? And for more music reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.